5:21 p.m. here in Johannesburg. It should be an hour different in Biafra land. Of course, it should be 5:21 p.m. in Biafra land. Of course, wherever you are hearing the sound of my voice, it should be an hour different or 21 minutes past the top of the hour. And of course, this is how you know you are listening to us, direct. And of course, it is a live presentation this evening, bringing you, of course, a broadcast by IPOB finance team, of course, led by Nnennaya. They will be talking to Biafrans all around the world this evening. And of course, we don't want to waste your time. We want to get straight to it. But I want to welcome everybody, wherever you are, wherever you are hearing the sound of my voice. And I want you to invite others to join us this evening. And of course, once again, my name is Barrister IKECUKWU Onoha. I hear from Olo. Olo is in Imo. And of course, it is Olo province of Biafra land. And I will be your host this evening. Without wasting any time, we need to say a word of prayer. And then, of course, I will hand you over straight to the team who are standing by, of course, to speak to Biafrans this evening. Father, we thank you. We bless you this evening. We ask you, Lord, to come and take control over the lives of your people, wherever Biafrans are around the world. We pray and ask you to protect and guide us. We pray for our leader, O Lord, who is incarcerated. We pray, Father, because you have already given him an unconditional release. We pray, Lord, that you fulfill that by inputting in the hearts of those who are holding him captive to release him, that he will be released as you have set him free. Father, we thank you this evening, and we believe that you have answered us, because we pray in the name of Chukwokikabiaba. He said. Thank you once again. My name is Barrister IKECUKWU Onoha, and of course, I want to welcome you this evening. It is the 15th day of February 2023, the year of our Lord, and this evening we are bringing to you IPOB Worldwide Finance Team, led by Nnennaya. They will be speaking to Biafrans all around the world. And without wasting time, let me see if I have them already online, and I will hand you over to them so that they will speak to Biafrans. Wanda, can you hear me? Good evening from here.
Yes, we are here. Yes, we are here. Thank you very much.
I don't know if you can hear me.
Am I coming out clear? Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
I can sort this out. Can you hear me, please? Just 1 second. Yes, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
All right.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you right now. Good evening from here, and welcome to the program.
Is it clear now?
Yes,
Is it clear one now?
I can hear you loud and clear. And the whole world can hear you too.
Wonderful.
All right. Please, if you can hear me, good evening and welcome to the program.
Yeah, good evening, MAZI. Thank you for this evening.
All right, Biafrans are listening.
Yeah, I am here. Yeah. Okay. Good evening, Biafrans, friends of Biafra and lovers of freedom. All our well-wishers around the world, including our enemies. I welcome you all this evening, today the 15th of February 2023, and a Wednesday. I'm here with my colleague, Nnennaya. Our sister Ifoma is not able to make it today, but I'm sure in another broadcast she will be with us. Something came up. First of all, I have to introduce myself, and then Nelson will come, and then I will get back to you again. My name is Mrs. Nnennaya. By the special grace of Chukwokikabiama, I am the head of finance of IPOB Worldwide, and also a member of the Directorate of State of IPOB. Over to you, Nelson, please. Introduce yourself to your friends.
Okay, thank you. Good evening. Am I coming out?
Yes, you are coming out. Go ahead. You are coming out loud and clear.
Okay. Yeah, thank you once more. MAZI IKECUKWU, good evening from here.
Good evening, MAZI, and welcome to the program.
Thank you. And may the grace of God continually abide with you as you keep on propelling this struggle forward. And to everyone working in similar office with you, my profound gratitude to you all. Biafrans, good evening. My name is Nelson of IKECUKWU. By the special grace of IKECUKWU, I'm the Secretary of Finance, Ipob Worldwide. I have been functioning in this capacity since 2014, from the very first time our finance was instituted as a department. I'll be standing by. There one.
You are not only the secretary, you have other assignments. Please, can you mention that as well?
Oh, sorry. My assignment, I oversee the continent of Asia and Africa in finance matters only. Please get me right. I say finance matters only. And some part of South America. No.
Okay, thank you very much. Yeah, it's important you mention that because some people really don't know, you know. Now, I come back again. I thank IKECUKWU for this day, for giving us life. I also thank IKECUKWU for the life of our supreme leader, MAZI Nnennaya. And also, he is the highest hierarchy in IPOB. His command is final. In finance department, we follow the rules and regulations that governs this family, this noble family, which is the code of conduct. We always follow the code of conduct in whatever we do. We do not deviate from it. And that is why sometimes we tend to have problems with some people, but that is the way it is. We follow the rules. I also want to make a few things clear before I go to the topic, which is actually about the IPOB worldwide account in Germany. What happened? Because news is going around about Nnennaya closing the accounts. I'm going to state everything clear this evening. But before I go on, I want to say a very important thing, and I want everybody to please pay attention. In finance department, I was appointed by our leader, the supreme leader, MAZI Nnennaya, including my colleagues, Nnennaya and Ifoma. In finance department, which I head, we report direct to MAZI Nnennaya, who is the supreme leader. I do not report to MAZI Chika Edoziem, who is the head of directorate. I want to make this clear. Also, we take instructions direct from our leader. You give us instruction and we carry it out. Even in 2015, when our leader was kidnapped by DSS, the then head of directorate, Uche Nasebu, we don't take instructions from him, direct from our leader, even when he was in DSS. And it has been that way. So nothing has changed. And everybody in the Directorate of States is aware of this. That's from our leader. I remember in one of our meetings in DOS, our leader was there, and one of the members started issue of finance, wanted to discuss it. Our leader stopped him immediately and said, no, don't discuss finance in DOS. We have a department headed by our sister Nnennaya. If you have anything about finance, go to her. She will sort it out. Do not bring any finance issue here again, because your work is only administrative. And that is the way we have been working. MAZI Chika Edoziem, who is the head of directorate, his work is solely administrative. while the departments do their own because they have somebody who is heading it. I just want to make this clear because of what is going on. This is the way it is. It has not changed, and nobody can change it. Another point I want to make clear here is the finance department, before an account is open, we get approval from our supreme leader, our leader. Because in freedom fighting, there's just but one leader. And all of us, we follow suit. We get approval from him. He gives us approval, and I'll open the account. As soon as that account is open, we report back to our leader before the account will be distributed through the correct channel to whoever that needs it. Directors of state do not supervise any account that is opened in IPOB. Not even the IPOB worldwide accounts. No. It's solely the responsibility of the finance department. Even the one in Germany that is closed, approval was also given to us by our leader. Even the national account in South Africa, I got approval from our leader. I then passed it on to the then national coordinator with the national finance officer, and they opened the account. The same thing applied to our national account in USA, the one we have now. I also got approval from our leader. And I passed it on to them, and the account was open. So anybody saying otherwise is not saying the truth. I'm only following instructions given to me by the supreme leader. I want everybody to take note of this, because this thing is going on and on and on. I also hear that they say that I don't give out money, that Nnennaya don't give money to ESN, Nnennaya don't give money to this. That is not true. Again, I need to correct it. Anytime MAZI Chikedozium comes for money, that is for our people back home, because we need to help them. We must support them. Be it for medical treatment or their legal fees, those of them that are IPOB members which we help, or be it for rent or assistance or even burial. When he comes, I release the funds to the accounts given to me. Even the radio station that we have in all the states in Biafra land, be it Aba, Owerri, Imo, Enugu, anywhere, I release the money. So he cannot say that I don't release money. Or anybody that is carrying that propaganda, they are telling lies, because I have evidence which runs into millions of naira. People should try and get their records straight and stop accusing an innocent person who is only working for the restoration of Biafra. Because I will not accept when people tell lies against me. This is not 2021. We are now in 2023. The next point I will go on now is to debunk the lies. Collins Chinedu, the former national coordinator of Germany, is a signatory into the account of IPOB worldwide. He's also signatory to the zonal account in Düsseldorf. I'm also a signatory to that account of Düsseldorf. It's their zonal account, but I'm signatory there. And their zonal coordinator is Ima Elekwachim, the one who goes about propagating that I'm the one that closed the account. How evil people can be. But I'm going to tell you, they know themselves. I'm going to mention them tonight. So he's signatory to the accounts. So all that propaganda is lies. Secondly, they say that Nnennaya closed the accounts. No, I did not close our IPOB worldwide account. Rather, the bank closed it because they went there to make changes. I will come to that. The bank closed the IPOB worldwide international account and not me. That's another lie they tell. And I'm going to tell you exactly what happened. On the 8th of September 2022, a letter came stating that the request that they made on the 31st of August 2022 is being carried out. Collins and his group, with Nnennaya and others, they went behind my back to make changes on the IPOB worldwide account, something that a coordinator have no right to do, which is stated in our code of conduct that coordinators have nothing to do with money. Collins Chinedu, Nnennaya, and the others, they call themselves executives. They went behind my back to make changes in accounts that they don't even know how the account was opened. We've been having accounts since 2014 in Germany. Nobody has ever gone behind to make changes. He went there to make changes. So the bank wrote a letter and said that they've received their message, the changes they want, that they need my signature and also signature of Collins Chinedu, even though he's already a signatory to the account, and or the signature of Fidelis Ejiogu, who happens to be his deputy, and Chukwu Wendo Onyeka, and that they should sign and send it back. Not only that, not only do they want these changes, they went on to apply for a debit card in the IPOB worldwide account. This is not a national account, but IPOB worldwide account, they went to apply for a card. And they said to them that they are working on the card. That as soon as it's true, that they will send it to them. And that they are going to give them a new password. I have a password to go into the account. Now they are going to give another password to them and then give them an ID to be able to enter into the account to see what is happening in IPOB worldwide account, which is nothing to do with them. How much does Germany pay in a month? Not up to 4,000 euros. And maybe December or so, it's receiving less. Fidelis Ejiogu, who resides in Munster, they have not paid for the past 6 months, but he wants to go into an account that comes from different parts of the world, account that they are not supposed to see, which is stated in IPOB Code of Conduct. I sent a message to Collins. I said, what's the meaning of this? I said, why do you want to make changes? Why did you people went behind my back to make changes? You think the bank will not inform me or what? You people went to make changes and you are requesting for secret. I said, what has Fidelis Ejiogu got to do with the account? You already have signed the section where you are supposed to sign. What has got to do with it? What do you need a debit card from IPOB worldwide account? What for? This is against IPOB Code of Conduct. And you cannot do that. So which means, if not that I saw this letter, they could have gone there, be taking money with the card. I will not know. Then they will say, Nnennaya has eaten IPOB's money. But because Biafra, we are fighting for, it's a spirit. I saw the letter. I said, no, it's not possible. You cannot make changes in this account. Colin said to me that he must go into the account because he's the national coordinator. I said, mister, you are only national coordinator for Germany. not for the whole world. And the code of conduct does stipulate that you have nothing to do in the account. Why do you want to change it? He said he must enter the account. I say it's not possible. As far as I am the head of finance, as far as our leader has given me this instruction, I say you cannot do that. So I passed a message on to the supreme leader through one of our lawyers. I said to him, Onyendu, this is what is happening. Collins went behind my back to make changes in the account. Onyendu sent a message back and said that he should stop, withdraw from that. I sent the message to Collins. Collins Onyendu said that he called Onyendu's message. He said that is story. He said that one is old. It's in the past. So Onyendu's message is now old, in the past. That's what Collins said to me. Again, he went on to say that if I don't add him in the account, if he does not see the account, that he will invoke the constitution and make sure he goes into the account, which is exactly what he did. He went to a lawyer. I said to him, Collins, you've gone too far. You cannot do that. He said he must do it, that he is the coordinator. I say your coordinating stops in Germany, not worldwide. You have no right to enter the account to see what is. I say he must do it. So after that, his threat, they went back and did, calling the bank, doing whatever they're doing, writing letters. It was not long. A letter came from the bank and said that we are no longer interested in doing business with you people. The account will be shut down on so day. That's how the account was shut down. So go to Collins Chinedu and his group, Imenekwan Chim, and all of them, let them tell us what happened to the account, because the letter is here that they made a request on the 31st of August 2022. What requests did they make? These are the changes they did. This is the one I saw. What about the ones that I did not see? So that's why the account was closed down. But they go about saying that it's Nnennaya. On the 23rd of January, 2023, I got a letter from lawyer. In that letter, he said he was instructed by Collins and Fidelis Diogu, who don't even pay. Because when a zone do coordinator himself or whoever did not pay. Am I still coming now? Am I still on?
Yes, I can hear you from the
Yes,
time.
go ahead. You are still coming out.
Okay.
Go ahead, please.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much. So on the 23rd of January, 2023, I received an email from a lawyer saying that he was instructed by Collins and Fidelis Diogu that they have to be in the account. That any payment that I'm making, that they have to see to know what is happening there. And other things he said. I said to myself, Collins have really succeeded. On the 24th of January, another letter came again from the lawyer. Where is the money? What happened to the account? Where is the money? If you don't give me if you don't this and this and this, I will do this and this. Started threatening. So what did I do? I scanned the letter from the bank stating that they closed the account, and I forwarded it to the lawyer. And he requested also for the bank statement. I gave him the last one, which was December. Then I booked an appointment with the lawyer because I wanted to know what exactly is this. So I booked an appointment with the lawyer on the 31st of January, 2023. I went there, we sat down, and I explained everything to him. Where is the money? This is, I said, what am I doing with IPOB's money? Cannot build a house and destroy the house. It's not possible. So after that, it was not long. On the 6th of February, no, 31st of January, I received a bill from the lawyer that Collins and the Mele Quantin and the others went to. In that bill, in this very bill, on the 19th of January, 2023, it stated here that they had a meeting, a video call, the executive board. Who are this executive board? I'm supposed to be a member of the executive, but I was not in the meeting. They had a meeting, the executive board and other representatives on various topics. What were they discussing? On the 19th. On the 20th, they had a meeting. On the 20th, they wrote a letter. And again, on the 11th, they had another conference call with Anthony Zurumike and Collins Chinedu. What is Zurumike doing a conference call with a lawyer? That's what they were planning, thinking that they want to destroy Nnennaya. And again, they had another video call on the same 19th with executives representing. What meeting were they having with lawyers? That is the outcome. They were busy having meetings upon meetings. People that are supposed to be coordinating so that members will come in, they are now having meetings with lawyers, and now the bill has come in, Biafran. The bill is 4,995 euros 95 cents. Who is going to pay it? This is a national bill. It's not supposed to be an international to pay for it. This is not the first time that Collins Chinedu is doing this. Having meetings, stretching his legs and phones and having meetings, knowing that this bill have to be paid. He did the same thing in September 2021. A bill came of 1,509 from a lawyer. I said to him, Colin, I said, what is this? This is a national bill. You people have to find a way to, to offset this bill. I said, why are you leaving it? Knowing very well that if this bill is not paid, it will affect our account because we are registered. We are registered with the Ministry of Works. We are registered with the Finance Office. Why are you doing this? He never replied that message. Now in November the same 2021, another bill came, 4,361 euros 20. I said, for goodness sake, Collins, what is your problem? How can you be incurring bills like this? I said, I will not pay it. He said he will sort it out. He never paid that bill. Not knowing that that's when they started their plan. He didn't pay that bill. And then I was afraid. I said, if anything happens now, it will affect the account. I had a meeting with Collins and one other IPOB member, which I will not mention. But I know they are listening and he will know. I laid this complaint. I said, Collins, this bill must be paid. Now that you have not paid it, it might affect us. And I had to pay the bill. The bill was 4,361 euros 20. I said to him, this must be the last because this is a national incurrence of bill. You don't bring it to international. You have nothing to do with it. You want our country to be in trouble, isn't it? I never knew that they've started their plan already. So I paid that bill. I don't know whether he went back to coordinators to tell them that the bill was sorted out by international. I'm not sure. Now, he keeps incurring bills. And it's not settled. Now, who is going to pay for this one, Biafra? This is 5,000 euros. 4,995 euros, 95 cents. This is why Nnennaya is not a good person. Nnennaya is a bad woman. I'm only following the rules. Now, Biafrans, ask Collins, why did he go behind my back to make changes in account that he has nothing to do with it? What did you want the credit, the debit card for? calling lawyer, doing this, doing that, phoning bank and making changes. Now the account is closed. This is exactly what happened. The bank closed the accounts because they were making some requests, going behind and making requests and making calls, forgetting that my signature is also there. And the Nnennaya Chim was going about carrying his propaganda as usual, that I'm the one that closed the account. They have no proof. Even MAZI on the 29th of January also accused me on WhatsApp that I single-handedly closed the account. I said to him, hey, MAZI, this is wrong. Where is the proof? This is the same thing that you people said that I closed the Ipob national account in USA. It is 2 years now, no single proof. That's when I knew that they were all in this together. But as long as Biafra is concerned, as far as Biafra restoration is concerned, they will fail. We are going to open another account, an Ipob worldwide account, and I will pass on the account. We do not take permission from nobody except the supreme leader to give us approval to open an account. So all this memo of it's not gonna work with me because I follow the rules. I'm a member of DOS, Directorate of State. I abide by the rules. We must accept the code of conduct in totality. Don't pick the ones that you think it favors you, command and control, and you drop the other. Who will then pick the rest? All what we do in finance, we follow the rules, the code of conduct. I repeat again, we report only to our supreme leader, not to MAZI. Because even Miu time, I never reported to Miu. So what should change now? And even then, our leader was also in DSS. I never reported to Miu. So I don't report to MAZI. He knows that. Everybody in DOS knows that. So why are they hitting about me? Why are people going about talking about me? When I'm only following the rules, I'm only following the instruction that our leader gave to me. Well, like I normally say, my loyalty lies with our supreme leader, and I don't give a damn about it. That's where I belong. And that's the way it's going to be. Nothing will change it in this finance department. With my group, with nursing, with Informa. That's the way we work. Discipline and focus. I stop now because I had somebody told me that Collins went the other day, went to radio. I don't know where he went and was threatening that he's going to sue me or he's going to do whatever with me and Kanonta, that he's following the constitution. Now my question is this: which constitution is Collins Chinedu following? He was not appointed national coordinator because of the constitution. He was appointed by our leader. Somebody else stepped down for him to be the national coordinator. So why is he finding it difficult to step down for Abraham Obonna to go and do his work? He's talking of constitution, but he forgot to read in that very constitution. There is a phrase, there is a paragraph there that states that your term is only 2 years. He is there more than 2 years, but he wants to sue me. He wants to sue me. Well, they should tell him that he should do it, or then I'll open his file for him, because I have a lot to say about him, right from Berlin. But that's not why I'm here. I'm here to explain to Biafrans exactly what happened in the account. They closed the account. They know what they did, writing letters, making changes, left and right and center, and the account was shut down. Very, very bad. And it's in this account that we use in making every payment. Our leaders' legal bill, people that are back home, burial, people that are wounded, people that are, even this, what is it? The last time, last week, MAZI doesn't came from money again. He said it's for office. I mean, for, what is it called? Station, our radio station in back home in Biafra land, which is rented. I always pay it, always. 3 months, all of them. I have the evidence here. Then when he came last week, I said, how can I pay? Because the account in Germany is shut down. That's why you see them carrying news left and right. I really don't care. The question is, Nnennaya, are you doing what you're supposed to do? Are you doing what our leaders say you should do? The answer is yes. So if I do it, I don't give a damn what people say. I am here. I am well prepared. Let me tell people. For this Biafra restoration. We should remain focused. Our main aim should be to work out so that our leader will come out, so that those that are in detention will be released. And then they give us a day for referendum, then we go and vote and be free. That's why I'm here. Our people are dying. I'm not here to impress anybody. I'm here to carry out instructions given to me. So when people start talking, try to investigate. I'll stop so far. I think I've taken some time. Let my colleague, Nnennaya, say something.
No, sister. Lady Nnennaya, the head of finance, IPOB worldwide. I hope my voice is coming out.
Yeah, you are coming out. Go ahead.
Yes, MAZI, go ahead. You are coming out.
Okay, thank you. Okay, thank you. Biafrans, good evening once again. My name is Nelson Yagazi. I am the Secretary of Finance, IPOB worldwide. Actually, I do not have much to say. The head of finance has said it all. The cockroach, he said, can never be innocent in the gathering of fowls. There is no way a financially disciplined officer like Lady Nnennaya will be innocent or seen as being innocent in the gathering of gluttons who want to feed fat on IPOB money, not remembering that this money is blood money. People have died for this cause. So if your sole intent is to get your fingers on IPOB money, be reminded this evening that it's blood money you're going after. We have a code of conduct, and that reigns supreme. The problem with the zoo, Nigeria, is they have a constitution, but they feel the politicians or some people in exalted offices are above the constitution. So long as the people continue to live above the law, the state must remain lawless. Anarchy will be the order of the day. We pride ourselves as being the civilization of the black world, we IPOB. And one of the reasons we are fighting for Biafra is to question this civilization, this firstborn of civilization in black nation to other black nations. We must be self-disciplined. We must apply caution and self-restraint. We must pay attention to our dealings. We must bury selfishness. ego. Some people's interests are just finance, money. And that is why the name of Lady Nnennaya is flying here and there. Accusations upon accusations. None so far has been proved. She just mentioned, just late 2021, it was USA national account, and he was saying Nnennaya close it, here and then Nnennaya close it. Nnennaya close the account, no evidence till today. The name Nnennaya is just so sweet in some people's mouth that when they pronounce that name, when they associate that name with some evil, they feel orgasmic. Sometimes I begin to wonder, is it a crime to be just? Is it a crime to have an antecedent? Is it a crime to be incorruptible? We must pay attention to the things we do. Finance is a department. And as I stated when I made my introduction, we have been functioning in this department since inception in 2014. I've been there right from beginning. Nnennaya has been there as head of finance right from beginning. After the Elita and Ebogo and Creed did what they did, our leader instituted a department called finance, appointed Nnennaya to head it. I've been a secretary from the one. Even when Maramu Gochuko was there, he's the only son of perdition among the people appointed by our leader to be in finance department. Worldwide, I hasten to add. Because Nnennaya chose the path of truth and honesty, the path of discipline, remaining incorruptible, people attack here and there, with no basis, no. God, you're making an accusation. You have no fact. Nnennaya closed account, Nnennaya did this, Nnennaya did that. The ones you people accuse her of in USA today, 2 years on, nobody has been able to provide an evidence. And the people that made those accusations, it's been clear to everyone now. These are paid agents, infiltrators. And sometimes I begin to ask, why can't we learn from previous incidents? Even when that case was on, I kept saying then, why shouldn't we learn from our past? Because we passed through this road before. 2015 to 2017, when Omiomio, Uchena, Sheba, Clifford, when they were there, we passed through this road before. It wouldn't be the first time. Why don't we learn from previous events? What is people's interest in finance, if not corruption? Has it been functioning differently? I think people should start to raise eyebrow if this time the finance department or the head of finance as an individual, Lady Nnennaya, is doing something contrary to what used to be when our leader was there. But she is sticking on to the laid down road, and people are having issue with that. The question is why? The problem is with the people that are changing the goalposts in the middle of a game. I don't know why some people are not seeing that. A football match is going on, and then in the middle of the game, you're changing the goalposts. You are the cheat. You're the problem. You are the problem. And I begin to question your intent. One thing people try to lay hand on, what they want to use to deceive people, they say, oh, in absence of our leader. And I continually say, somebody that is reachable cannot be said to be absent. You can't claim our leader is absent when you can reach him. Or is it when it favors you, you take the directives from the lawyers, and when it doesn't, you reject it? That is when you begin to suspect and insinuate the lawyers are not being truthful. But when the message is in your favor, you accept it. If the message, the correspondence through the lawyers are in your favor, you accept it. When it's not in your favor, you say that you don't trust it. What's the problem with us? Why is our interest money, 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 money? What's the problem with us? Our leader is suffering. He's sick there. He's subjected to all kind of inhumanity for our sake. And outside here, those of us living with our family, going about our duties, having fun, doing our business, doing everything. Our case is money. We are fighting for money. Somebody's life is being held at a standstill. But we going free on the street, doing everything we do, Hitetu. What we pay him back with is unnecessary rancor and dichotomy, fighting, slandering. It's wrong, brethren. It's wrong. We're on the wrong path. It's wrong. We should retrace ourselves. The code of conduct is there to guide us. It's there to guide. If you at any time you begin to look yourself as being above the code of conduct, then you're the problem. If you want to live above the law, then you're a lawbreaker. You're a scoffer. You're the one bringing in strife. I'm not going to speak further. I'm not going to try to repeat the things that the head of finance have already said. Everything is clear. The evidences are there. How can a national coordinator, a mere national coordinator, be addressing a message directly from our leader as being old and in the past, a story? The other time I saw somebody say a whole lot of nonsense. Our leader should first come out from the jail. He should take an excuse to come and do this. It's blah, 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 blah. People vomiting nonsense. And someone began to ask, is it worth it dying for an Igbo man? Is it worth it dying for an Igbo man? Your supreme leader is being held by the enemy, subjected to all kind of inhumanity, and you're somewhere vomiting. Is nobody. We should be able to retrace ourselves. There are departments, there are areas of function. People should mind their area of function. If at all you want to come into finance, then resign your position as an administrative officer and come into finance. Only this is what I tell people. Anywhere I go, in any case I'm involved and I see people whose sole interest is finance, even though you are in another department, you are in administration, and your interest is so much in finance. I think I made this statement in South Africa. If you are so much interested in finance and you find yourself in coordinating unit, in administration, kindly resign your position there. Come in to finance. There you know every damn thing that is going to. You know what's going on. When you jump from your own department to another department and try to make pronouncements there, you are the problem. You lack discipline. Resign your position first. Whatsoever position you occupy, resign it. Come into finance fully. It's okay. You're welcome. I don't want to take further time. I don't want. Thank you, Biafrans. Thank you, and MAZI IKECUKWU. Thank you for having us.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, and finally, I just have one thing to say. I reside in Germany. Therefore, like I said once, I'm one of those people that built IPOB in Germany from the scratch. There is no stage that I'm not involved. Collins Chinedu is no longer Germany national coordinator. He has been expelled by our leader. He should just do the needful and step down so that Obon Abraham, appointed by our leader, will take up his post. Because somebody stepped down for him. I mean Collins, before he came there. He was not, he didn't become national coordinator through the constitution he's trying to put for us. So he shouldn't hold Germany to ransom. And it's also stated in that memo. That's all what I have to say. Biafrans, we should remain focused. We are going to have another account, another IPOB worldwide account. As soon as it's through, I will go through the right channel to do the needful. We do not post our IPOB worldwide account on Facebook because our leader forbid that from the onset. It will be passed through the right channel. Like I said, we report, finance department will report direct to the supreme leader, and we take instructions from him. We don't take instructions from MAZI. When Omenio was there, nothing changed. Because of that are saying whatever they are saying. That is the way it is, and every member of the Directorate of State knows this. That is the fact. We should remain focused, remember our leader in our prayers, and be patient with us. The new account will be open, and we do the needful. Thank you for giving us this opportunity.
Thank you very much, Nnennaya, and of course, MAZI Nelson Yagazie, for coming up this evening. Thank you very much for doing the needful. All right, Biafrans, there you have it. Of course, it is from the IPOB Finance Worldwide, led by Nnennaya, of course, doing their own work. And of course, if you have any queries or any question that you would like to pose to this evening broadcast, or of course to the finance department, of course channel those questions to them, because it is their department and they will be in a better position to clear you. My own is broadcast, and of course I manage this platform, and of course if a member of DOS want to come on air, I will oblige, because indeed so we are IPOB and we work with protocols. And my other Nnennaya still remains a member of DOS, and of course she is a finance head worldwide until that status quo change. But for now, that is what she is, and I will oblige. I will give the platform because it is indeed the right thing to do. Thank you very much, Biafrans, for listening. And of course, this is where we will bring this program to an end. And I want to thank you all for listening. And I want to thank you all for tuning in. We will, of course, have to close this program here. Thank you so much. And of course, indeed so, we will be back again once again. My name is Barrister IKECUKWU Onoha. And of course, indeed so, thank you very much. And God bless.
Alpha Power Media International.
Please go out and tell the whole world that we are live and that we are direct. And heaven is bearing us witness as always. My name is MAZI Nnennaya. I am the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, the largest mass movement on the face of this very planet Earth. I am the director of radio, Biafra and Biafra television, and by the very special grace of the Most High, now and forever, I would remain a servant of the wonderful people of Biafra. This evening, we are going to preach this very gospel that we have been asked to preach. This evening, we are going to bring enlightenment. This evening, we are going to make sure that some of the things that you were unable to understand nor discern, this evening will be laid bare for you to appreciate the enormity of the mess that the damnable zoological republic has fallen into. But before that, we are going to pray a very brief and a very short prayer in the language of the ancients, because our land is the very oldest habitation of man on this earth. Chineke na nke pụrụ ihe niile Chukwu okike abịama. Onye ihe niile kere ka na-agba aka ebe ịhụnanya ya na ebere ya ma ya na ọmịiko ebe ndị ya nọ. Onye anyị na-aja mma wee na-efe mgbe niile n'ihi na ndị Igbo tụrụ ebighị ebi. Ọ bụ ugbu a ka anyị onwe anyị bụ ndị dị ndụ ghọtara n'ihe nọ n'ime aha gị nna nke ebere dị ngọzi, n'ihi na ị dịghị anwụ anwụ. Ọ bụ naanị gị bụ okike, ọ bụ naanị gị bụ mmalite na ọgwụgwụ, ọ bụ naanị gị bụ Chineke nna nwanne otu onye na-adịghị agharịpụ ndị ya, onye mmeso ọma ya na-akarị n'ime ndụ ndị niile bụ ndị ji enwe ntụkwasị obi. Ọ bụ n'ihi mere anyị ji wee dị ndụ gbuo n'ụbọchị nke taa. Ọ bụ gị onwe gị mere anyị ji wee na-eme ọnụ wee na-anya isi wee na-aba mba si na Biafra ga-abịarịrị. Ọ bụghị n'ike aka nke anyị onwe anyị, n'ihi na ihe ọbụla nke gị onwe gị dị nsọ dere idewe ya. Ebe ikpebiri n'ime mmụọ nna nke ebere dị ngọzi na Biafra ga-abịarịrị, onye m na Chineke nna nke igwe onwe ihe mmadụ dị ndụ pụrụ ime. Ọ bịa mere ka ha rabụ ndị kụniri wee na-ekwutọ wee na-akọtọ Biafra nna nke igwe. Ndị dị etu a bụ ndị ji ala wee na-ezere mmiri n'ụbọchị nke taa. Onye ọwụla pụtara wee sị na Biafra agaghị adị, onye dị etu agaghị adị, n'ihi na ebu Chineke. Ọ bụ na-adịghị ka anyị na-efe, anyị na-efe arụsị. Anaghị m efe arụsị ọbụla dị nke ndị ọcha butere nna nke dị nsọ. Anaghị m efe arụsị ọbụla dị ka anyị na-akpụ isi ala nye. Ọ bịa meji wee na-aza anyị oku mgbe ọbụla anyị kpọkụrụ gị iwe eze anyị oku. Anyị wee na-arịọ gị mgbaghara mmehie, anyị wee na-arịọ gị ịhụnanya gị, wee na-asị gị onye kere eluigwe maka elu ụwa, Chukwu okike abịa ma biko bịa ka i wee leta ndị gị, n'ihi na ụmụ gị natakwana ahụ wee natabighị ya oke. Ndị na-abatakwa n'ime ala nsọ bụ Biafra, onye nwe m na Chineke na kama tupu isi gwa chụbachi azụ na mgbe gara aga tinye ọgbaghara n'etiti ndị dị etu a. Ị ga-etinye ọgbaghara n'etiti ndị iro bụ ndị janjaweed eze ebube dị ngọzi, N'ihi na dịka anyị si wee rie ọrụ ime ụka kasị ha wee baa ha ọnụ. Anyị ndị ga-abụ ndị alara n'iyi onye nwe m rọpụtara ụmụ gị ngwa agha nye anyị ọgụgụ isi nye anyị amamihe nye anyị ezi nghọta nna nke ebere. Kwuo anyị ka anyị wee ghọta anya nke arara arọ nna nke igwe. N'ihi na ọ bụghị ndị niile bụ ndị nwe ọgụgụ isi dịka ndị gboo si wee nwe ọgụgụ isi. Anyị wee na-arịọghị Chineke nna nke pụrụ ihe niile ka i wee mee ha ụbụrụ ụmụ mmadụ wee meghee obi ha ka ha wee hụ ihe ọma nke Biafra ga-ewetara onye ọbụla. Ma ọ bụghị sọsọ ụmụ gị bụ ndị Biafra onye nwe m, kama na onye ọbụla nọ n'ebe ọbụla n'elu ụwa nka ihe ọma wee na-amasị onye dị etu ahụ nna nke ebere bikonu kwe ndị etu a wee kwe ka Biafra wee bịa, ka ndị isi ojii n'ụwa niile wee hụ ihe gị na ịma mma gị n'ime ndụ ndị anyị wee na-arịọ gị ezi ebube dị ngozi ka iru gị wee chaa n'ebe anyị nọ. Anyị ọkwara gị chi ọzọ ewezụga gị, o nweghị onye ọzọ nke anyị na-akpụ isi ala nye ma ọ bụghị naanị gị. Anyị wee na-arịọ gị n'abalị nna nke ebere n'ụtụtụ ehihie abalị n'ihi na ụmụ gị gbasara ka ọkpaka n'ụwa niile ka i wee kpọkọta ndị gị n'oge niile mgbe nnụnụ ọbụla ji alaghachi na-apụ ya dị nsọ. Biko nụ mere anyị amara bịa ka i wee nye anyị Biafra na ndụ na-abụrụ gị n'ọnwụ onye nwe m na Chineke nna. Lekwa aja niile nke anyị na-achụrụ gị eze ebube dị ngozi. Anyị wee na-asị gị onye nwe m na Chineke nna, onye bi n'ime igwe, onye ọbụla anyị na-ahụ na nzuzo, onye na-ahụ obi mmadụ dị ndụ nna nke igwe, onye dịrị anyị ozi nke anyị onwe anyị na-aga, nara otuto niile na nrube isi niile, nara ịja mma niile, ịkpụ isi ala onye nwe m, nara otuto n'elu otuto nna nke ebere dị ngozi ka ọ ga-abụ na ikpete ma azụ ụwa niile ga-asị n'ezie n'ezie na ụmụ Biafra bụ ụmụ Chineke. Anyị ga-aja aha nsọ gị ma mata oge ma gọzie onye kere eluigwe n'ụwa ugbu a ma ruo mgbe niile ebighị ka a na-arịọ gị ise ise ise. Ọkwa na ozi ọma Chineke ka anyị na-agbasa. We are here to preach the gospel of heaven, the gospel of truth and redemption, because as always we are incorruptible without blemish, whiter than white and whiter than snow. That is why we defend the truth with every vigor. That is why you cannot go anywhere and hear that these people at one time they derailed, because Elohim is with us. We must proceed this very evening. We must proceed to preach this very truth. I am starting this very day with a very simple warning to those of you that occupy government houses in the entirety of Biafra land. I know that your masters and your lovers in the north, the Fulani Janjaweed, I know all of you are under pressure to try to do the bidding of the oppressor, to try to do the bidding of your masters. But I must warn you and warn you very, very imminently. Hope Uzodinma of Imo State said that he has arrested over 400 suspects in Imo State alone. 400 suspects. And I want Hope Uzodinma to understand this evening that we know where you're holding them. You have converted part of IKECUKWU house into prison cells. And I want people all over the world to understand what we are trying to explain this evening very, very clearly. Hope Uzodinma, the Sarkin Fulani of Imo State, the Supreme Court Administrator of Imo State, imposed by Abakiari, the late Abakiari, a servant of the Janjaweed Fulani Caliphate, is arresting our people and locking them up inside government house in Owerri. Before tomorrow you start complaining and start talking your rubbish as usual, I want you to ask Hope Uzodinma, if you feel that those were arrested right now, over 400 of them in government house, including 3 pregnant women, 3 pregnant women inside the IKECUKWU house, which is the government lodge in Imo State, 3 pregnant women are being held by Hope Uzodinma. Because tomorrow some of you suffering from the very advanced form of Hausa syndrome. I don't call it Stockholm syndrome anymore, because Hausa syndrome is even worse. When Fulani conquer you, they subjugate you, they oppress you, you wake up in the morning and you start loving them. I call it Hausa syndrome, not Stockholm. Stockholm is too foreign, too Western, it's too mild. If you are close to anybody serving in Imo State government, if you're close to any APC high-profile politician in Imo State, you must warn them, and warn them tonight. Hope Uzodinma is holding our people incommunicado. These are Biafrans some of them with no link to Ipob, no link to ESN, nothing. 3 pregnant women are in Imo State government house, IKECUKWU house, this very day, in detention, in our land. Women born in our land, married in our land, 3 of them are pregnant. Out of, it is over 700, he's saying it's only 400. They are keeping in government house. They think we will forget them, so they can slaughter them and sell their parts, as they usually do. He has surrounded himself with Fulani Janjaweed. They have come in the guise, even including terrorists, in the guise of army and police. But we know that these are the people they call repentant terrorists. As I asked the other day during my interview, that some people have said is a landmark interview with Dr. David Masanga, I made it very clear that nobody anywhere in the world, including the British High Commissioner, can distinguish between a normal patriotic Nigerian soldier and a Fulani terrorist in uniform. Nobody can make that distinction. That is why they must all be regarded as terrorists, all of them, regardless of who they are. Because some of you have very shallow reasoning, and this evening, as I said earlier, we are trying to connect. There is a part of the brain that the other animals do not have. It is called the frontal lobe of the cranium. The frontal lobe, the part of your brain in front of your skull. It is called the frontal lobe. That is where every critical thinking takes place in a human being. Other animals do not have it. Even if they do, it is not of the same mass. The quantity is not as that you find in human beings. We are reasonable people. And I want to oppose Adema to understand that he is holding people incommunicado, holding them prison. You are not the law court. Sarkin Fulani of Imo State, you are not a law court. You people claim you operate a democracy. You arrest people, you don't try them, because you know you have no case against them. That is why you cannot present them before any properly constituted court. What you do instead is to hold people, to kill them extrajudicially, and then distribute their body parts all over the world in the name of profit making. Oh, Pozadema, you are traveling with 400 soldiers, policemen, helicopters, and armored tanks. That is the life of a condemned prisoner. There is no difference between you and a high-profile prisoner on death row anywhere in America. You are exactly the same. I want you to go and see when they are moving condemned men to court in America. The high-profile ones, the serial murderers and killers. The same way you went to church yesterday is how exactly they transport murderers and killers in America. There is no difference. Armored cars, U.S. marshals everywhere. In the case of the zoo, it is the police. Even the National Guard or the army, they come out to sometimes escort the very dangerous criminals. You went to church yesterday as the criminal that you are. And that is going to be your life as long as you live. You are holding over 400 people hostage inside Imo State, the government house, inside the IKECUKWU house. You are holding them hostage because you believe they are part of Eastern Security Network or the wider Ipob family. In your stupidity and hopelessness, as your name implies, because you're hopeless, you are not hope. I want you to understand that ESN, we are in the bushes dealing with Fulani terrorists and their cattle. That is our job, and that's what we are doing. Anybody you see on the street is not and can never be ESN. Every ESN officer operative is inside the bush, safeguarding our land from the ravages and excesses of Fulani Janjaweed Caliphate, intent on colonizing and subjugating us. And you're doing their work for them. I'm not the one that said this. This is a statement from the Imo State Chief Press Officer. His press secretary, they call him, his name is Oguwike Nwachukwu. According to the Imo State government installed by the Fulani Caliphate, their own mouth, they said over 400 people that caused mayhem or attacks in the state have been arrested and charged to court. You see the way they lie, but the courts are not working. The courts are on strike. I want them to understand that they're dealing with people who are infinitely more intelligent than they are. These people are being held in cells and in prison holding centers inside the government house itself in Owerri. And I am highly disappointed that somebody as venerable as Archbishop Obinna, a man I love and respect immensely, and you know me, it doesn't matter how close you are to me, when you do wrong I will tell you. And this very evening I am respectfully telling Archbishop Obinna that he got it wrong by allowing this murderer into Assumpta Cathedral. Unless he went there to confess. Let me repeat, as much as I love and I respect Archbishop Obinna, allowing Hope Uzodinma to enter the house of God, Assumpta Cathedral in Owerri, is a desecration of that very place. He's a murderer. Not too far from Assumpta Cathedral, they are holding over 700 people hostage, including 3 pregnant women. And Archbishop Obinna allowed this criminal to come to church. And let it be the first and the last time any church will allow Hope Uzodinma to, should I say, defile their presence or their altar. Any pastor, any archbishop, I swear to God Almighty in heaven, any idiot who as much as invites Hope Uzodinma to his church anymore, God is my witness in heaven, you will pay very dearly for it. Hope Uzodinma is a murderer, is a killer. I don't want Archbishop Obinna to repeat this type of thing again. Hope Uzodinma is a killer. The era of seeing nonsense and tolerating it has come and gone in our land. We confront evil when we see it. How can you allow this man to come to your church to confess his faith or whatever he was doing in your church? You allowed a murderer, somebody who called terrorist army of Nigeria into his own state to kill his people. And an archbishop allowed him to come to church, Roman Catholic Church for that matter. It's an abomination. A desecration of Assumpta Cathedral in Owerri. Archbishop Obinna is a very intelligent man, a skilled theologian. I don't know for the life of me why he would allow this vagabond criminal, X419er, to enter into Assumpta Cathedral. I have no idea why he would allow it. Is it because of money? You tell us and we'll give you money. If the Catholic Church wants money, IPOB will give them money. What Archbishop Obinna did is wrong. You allowed a murderer of his own people to enter into a supposed house of God. It's an abomination before God and before man. And such nonsense should not repeat itself. I'm begging you, please. Shouldn't happen again. From today, any pastor anywhere, if you want to try us, you go ahead and do so. I don't care if you're Anglican Church, if you're Catholic Church, if you're Methodist, if you're Baptist. I don't care whatever reason Hope Uzodinma has to give you. I'm telling you this. No pastor should welcome, as I warned every community. No community should allow Hope Uzodinma to inspect anything to come to that very village. No community, I say no community in Imo State. The same way I'm telling you this evening, no pastor, no archbishop, no priest, no dibia, no native doctor is allowed to invite Hope Uzodinma to go, or should I say, to do whatever he wants to do with them. I don't care. But in secret. No more open attendance of church in Imo State for Hope Uzodinma, because that very church will receive the anger of the people. All this nonsense you are doing before with Fulani Janja, with that era has come and gone. We are not going to tolerate any idiot anymore. We cannot tolerate any fool anymore in our land. All we want is to be free. The Fulani can try as much as they can to plant every idiot in every political office. We are not going to give them the space to operate. It is impossible. It is impossible. I want to Hope Uzodinma to understand this. Absolutely impossible. If you want to know if you are joking, I want to see the next stupid pastor to invite Hope Uzodinma to his church in Imo State anywhere. Check out Uno or come. You're not ashamed of yourselves. Your people are being killed, and you're inviting the killer. You are inviting the murderer into the church to come and do what? I'm asking you. To do what? It is Assumpta Cathedral. I'm asking you. A murderer. A killer of his own people. All of you are not ashamed of yourselves. You're not ashamed of yourselves. I may be in good terms with somebody. Any day you mess up, I will shred you. I don't give a damn who you are. If you're on the side of righteousness and truth, I will always extol you. I will also, any day you deviate 1 inch to the right or the left, I will shred you to pieces. Let me see the idiotic pastor that will try that rubbish again in Imo State. God will punish you. You want to invite the killer of women and children into your church to come and do what? I'm asking you. By their own mouth, they are holding over 400 people hostage. Because the courts are not working. They think if they issue a statement, oh, we'll refer them to the court, it will solve the matter. No, because the courts are not working. You could not have referred them to any court. And in your stupid, 1999 constitution is clearly stipulated. Once you're holding on to somebody for 2 months without presenting them before any competent court of law, they should be set free on bail. That is what the law says. In case you don't know, it's in your stupid, useless, idiotic, Janjaweed Constitution of 1999. By their own mouth. I will tell you what they said. Listen very carefully. Over 400 of those who carried out the threats on the state in the past has been arrested. And I'm asking them to publish the names of those they arrested before they cut up their bodies and send their penises to China for wonton soup. He went on to say the good thing is that 70% of them are not Igbo. They think they're dealing with children. They have no brain. That's what I think. We know we are little children. If 70% of them are not Igbo, where are they from? They are from Chad or from Mali, or they are from Nigerian Republic. Why can't you make it public? After all, when you arrest people, you parade them. Why don't you parade those in government house right now as prisoners of hope? A pastor will see all of this. An archbishop, a learned man will see a murderer and they allow a murderer to come to his church. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. This man got Anya. Let me see another pastor that will invite him. Then you will see 3 pregnant women are among those being held by Hope Uzodinma right now as I'm speaking to you. And somebody who claims he worships God invited such a demon to his church. I don't blame some of these people. I blame those that support them. I blame those that brought this very barbaric, almost satanic government of Fulani Caliphate, APC, into power. People that knew that these same people, Fulani Caliphate, are masters at shielding their own murderers and killers. Who formed ISIS in West Africa province? I'll come to that later. Who were the earliest sponsors of Boko Haram? Isn't that the same Alin Dume that is talking rubbish about restructuring and self-determination? Who are the owners of killer headsmen? Who brought bandits into the country called Nigeria? The zoo. Who brought them in? Why is it that police cannot stop Fulani headsmen killing people anywhere, even as we speak in Benue and in Plateau states? Right now, as I'm talking to you, they are killing people, sacking villages. You will not see the army, you will not see the police. And people read these things every day on the pages of newspapers and they take it as nothing. Yeah, it's nothing. They kill people in Benue, okay. Hi, this country now, wow, that's all you can say. In the night, you call yourself a human being because you cannot reason. You are in a country where the government is actively supporting people that they themselves brought in to kill you. You say nothing. You are not agitated. You are not upset. You are not angry. All you do is you lament and you do nothing afterwards. And somehow, miraculously, and in our idiocy, we think, oh, the problem will just go away. Who told you that? Instead, they are redoubling and intensifying their efforts to conquer you. I don't blame them. The army doesn't work when it comes to ISIS in West Africa, when it comes to Boko Haram, when it comes to killer headsmen, which is Mieti Allah, when it comes to bandits. No, they are not terrorists. And all of you are there, 200 million idiotic people just moronically just looking every blessed day. None of you has the courage to call upon the powers that be in Asorok, which is essentially Fulani Kabal, because there is no Buhari, to say to them, oh, why don't you label your own people terrorists? That is why Hope Uzodinma gave them the impetus to come to Imo State, to bomb Imo State, to kill people, to put us through exactly the same thing we went through between 67 and 1970. And somebody as learned as Archbishop Obinna allowed that fool into Assumpta Cathedral. Lord, have people you expect to know better. Elders and learned men you expect to know better. By allowing Hope Uzodinma into Assumpta Cathedral, it means that you are condoning the killing of the people. That's what it means. Because there is an idea that will come from, if you see evil, you condemn it. How can you allow Hope Uzodinma into Catholic Cathedral in Owerri? What for? I'm asking you. A murderer and a mass murderer and a killer of his own people. Dear me. An Archbishop, Desmond Tutu, was fighting against apartheid regime in South Africa. From the pulpit, he was saving ANC activists from apartheid killers and murderers. You as an Archbishop, the people you are saving are those who have come to murder their own people. And you want me to respect you? Of course, it's impossible. Absolutely impossible. I cannot. It's impossible. I don't support evil. Oh, God. I want people to understand something. The Nigerian army and police are part and parcel of the entire Fulani terrorist caliphate package, designed to put fear into you, to allow them to take over your land. I will come to that later on as well. But very, very sadly, in our land, they have found willing accomplices in the likes of Hope Uzodinma, in the likes of Nyesom Wike, the likes of Dave Umahi, a very poisonous man. Very, very poisonous man. I'm telling you. The people they are serving is this same Fulani government. That no matter what happens, no matter how much you cry, federal character, all of you are there. From Lagos all the way to Bakassi to Calabar. From the island of Bonny, all the way to heaven knows, maybe Katsina Allah somewhere, or to Jos. All of you are just there. You complain every time federal character, they don't obey federal character. Every position is compared. The next day they appoint another Fulani man to another position. And after 4 or 5 hours, you tell me, let Nigeria move along together in unity. And this evening I want to ask you, does your frontal lobe work? You know that part of the brain that has to do with reasoning, critical thinking and reasoning. Are you sure it's working in your brain? Are you sure it's working? Because I am no longer sure that it is working in most of you. This same Fulani government that went as far, only you people, are you sensible at all? I'm asking you. Does it mean that you have no brain? Is that what it means? You have no brain, you cannot reason? You have no brain. You can no longer reason. Is that what you're telling me? Is that what you're telling me? I'm asking you. Is that what you're telling me? I am seriously shocked and surprised. Shocked and surprised at some of you. Fulani is playing ping pong with your brain. They are the ones that supported Boko Haram. They are the ones that built ISIS in West Africa. Some of you have forgotten. You know, I was hoping that somebody will refer back to the notes they took whilst listening to our broadcast, our lectures, to make reference to when I told you that they are the ones that formed ISIS in West Africa. Buhari, when he was alive, was the person that singularly brought in ISIS into the zoo. And I told you that he went and took the child, the first son of Mohammed Yusuf, the founder of Boko Haram, and gave him leadership of ISIS in West Africa. And I told you that they did it in order to try and divide Boko Haram. Did I not tell you that many years ago? How come some of you don't even make reference? When I ask you to bring your pen and paper, some of you even forget, you don't even bother bringing them. I warned you and I told you what they are trying to do, or what Buhari tried to do when he was alive, was to divide Boko Haram into two. He failed. He went and brought ISIS, released al-Banawi from detention, and made him the overall commander of ISIS. Do you know that Nigerians are coming, people that claim they want one Nigeria, Fulani people that claim they're opinion leaders, they come out on the pages of newspaper and say the government should support ISIS to defeat Boko Haram. I can't. And there is an intelligence that I have, I will give you people later. You'll be shocked. You will marvel at what is happening in Nigeria. You will be shocked to your bone marrow as to what is happening in that zoo called Nigeria. I'm telling you the truth. This same Fulani government that is so biased, to the extent that they are the ones paying their own criminals, they call them bandits, these are murderers and killers, these are terrorists, sacking villages even as we speak. They give them money, they give them everything, they give them police protection. And I want to tell you what happens to the police also, where Fulani people had in the past ravaged and sacked villages. They are also burning down their police stations in the north, but they won't report it. It is now very clear to everybody that Nigeria police and army, they are part and parcel of the problem that you're going through. But you are too foolish, you are too myopic, you are too blind, your brain is not working. That is why you cannot connect all the dots to understand what the Fulani Janjaweed has in store for you. Who are the ones that started paying bandits in Nigeria? Is it not this APC Fulani government? Who are the people that said don't call them terrorists anymore, call them bandits? Is it not the same APC government? Who are the ones that changed the name of refugees into IDPs? Is it not the same APC government of the Fulani Janjaweed Caliphate? I know if you are just there, moronically and idiotically defending your stupid one Nigeria on a daily basis because you are foolish, because your brain cells are not working properly, because you are incapable of reasoning, because you lack discernment, because you lack the ability to reason properly. The same people that cannot do anything in the north are busy bombing. Let me give you an example. They are bombing Imo State. Is that not correct? Every bombardment everywhere. Around this world, Obo, Mbano, Etiti, all everywhere is under bombardment by Hope Uzodinma. The same man that somebody like Archbishop Obinna allowed to visit his Chineke. Even Archbishop Obinna of all people. You allow the murderer, a killer of his own people, to come to your church. My goodness. As they are busy bombing and bombarding Imo State, ask yourself, all this, I tweeted it earlier today, you can see that ISIS is now holding open community meeting in the north. No bombardment from anywhere. And later on, you will hear that angry youths in Niger State are burning police stations because they now know that the police, they are also part and parcel of the security problems they are having. No bombardment. Only in Imo State, only in our land. And somebody is telling me that Hope Uzodinma should be forgiven. Is that what you're telling me? Of course not. They can never, ever be forgiven. They must understand that. Nigeria is a place where real terrorists, killers, and murderers, rapists are being pardoned and reintegrated into the army and the police. Whereas in Biafra land, once you're a young man or woman, you are a suspect marked for death. And people think we can see all of those things and somehow we keep quiet. You think if you're ranting and writing your rubbish every blessed on social media, somehow we'll become swayed. Somehow we'll stop. No, we're not going to stop. You're dreaming. For how many years now? What have you people not tried to stop us? Has it worked? will leave to Kenya. The more you write all this your junk and all this your rubbish, this your all this nonsense that you keep writing all the time, the more enthused and energized we become. We know that what we are doing is working. We know that what we are doing is working. I want you to search every police station. Now, Hope Uzodimma said that 70% of those responsible for the so-called insecurity in his caliphate, Imo State, they're all foreigners. Now, let us do a very simple experiment. I want people, he said that 70% of those they arrested so far are foreigners. And we know they are. But I want to ask you a question. Has anyone seen any foreign inmate of any prison in Imo State before? You claim they are foreigners, you've arrested them. Are you saying that if we go to Imo State prisons tomorrow, all the prisons in Imo State, we will now find these foreigners there? Is that what you're saying? Because if we go there tomorrow, there is no foreigner there, that means you're lying. That means that you are killing your own people in order to please your masters. If there is no Fulani man in any prison anywhere charged with terrorism or any miyat, let us be very specific, miyetiala, anywhere in Nigeria serving any prison sentence, that tells you all you need to know about Fulani people and their mindset and how they intend to make your life a misery. If you keep on shouting as idiotically as some of you do sometimes, one Nigeria, the unity of our country, our great nation. Who told you Nigeria is great? When, where, how? Because you're living large in Abuja and in Lagos, that makes it great? Typical black people. Now, this evening, please, I want you to pay very close attention to what I have to say. In Nigeria, both their presidency, whoever is wearing Buhari mask, the military, the police, and the Miyetti Allah leadership are all in this game together to protect Fulani killers and murderers. I have asked about people, this, especially Igbo people. I want to ask you this thing time and time again. When Ozowani was attacked by Fulani people, hundreds of people slaughtered, was there any Air Force raid of the nearby bushes? It's a simple question. When Nimbo massacre and slaughter occurred, did the Air Force take off from Enugu to go and search for them and destroy them? Did the governor of Enugu State ever open his mouth to say, oh, destroy them, or go and crush them? No, never. That tells you all you need to know about the mindset of these people that you call your political leaders. But in Biafra land, they have been killing innocent people. Nobody will ever say anything. They went to Mpo, I think about 3 years ago, no, 4 years ago, 2016 at Mpo, for no reason. This is one thing that the Fulefu Brigade, somebody called them the multi-purpose Fulefu, and their Yoruba counterparts, the sophisticated morons, the idiots in Yoruba land that keeps writing rubbish all the time. The Igbo Efulefus, the intellectual, very hopeless and very useless. No one has ever asked the police and the army the question, all those people you killed at Mpo in 2016, what did they do to you people? A simple question they cannot ask. Without provocation, an atrocity documented by, and you know, they hate every organization. Of course, they hate Biafrans, they hate Igbo people. We know the reason why. For Amnesty to write about that massacre tells you all you need to know. Has anyone ever asked the army or the police, why did you go to Mpo to go and kill people? What did they do to you? All of you stupid, hopeless, animalistic, one Nigeria idiots, you can never reason very well. I want to ask you again, those people you killed at Mpo, what did they do to you? National High School, about those that you murdered in Aba National High School, what did they do to you? They were in a school, they were praying. Did they do anything to you? I believe you know the answer to that question. Those that you killed during Trump rally in Iguacha, did they do anything to you? It's a simple question I'm asking you. What did they do to you? Nothing. Now that some people, although I don't support what they are doing, now that some people have risen and they are very angry. And they are avenging the death of their own people. All of you are busy yapping your rubbish all the time. Hey, insecurity here, there be security. When they were killing innocent people, was there security? What do you call it? I'm asking you a question. What do you call it? When they were busy slaughtering innocent people out of hatred. Fanibo man, hatred, just sheer hatred. My Yoruba brothers and brethren, they have been rallying with Yoruba flag. So they do the flag. Has there been any mass murder there? What is it about the Duduwa flag that protects them? Yet, once you see Biafran flag, you want to kill anybody carrying it. Even those with muffler, you want to kill them. Those with t-shirts, with Biafran t-shirts, you want to kill them. Those with Biafran bangles, you want to kill them. And after doing all these things, you expect them to go and fold their hands and be saying hallelujah every day? You are insane in the head. You see, there was something that Sir Arthur Bomber Harris said. He was the chief of Air Force staff during the Second World War. He's a British man. He was the commander of the Royal Air Force. He died in South Africa because there was so much condemnation after the Second World War because of the way he bombed Dresden, that the criticism made him to travel to live out the rest of his life in South Africa. His name is Arthur Harris. They call him Sir Arthur Bomber Harris because he commanded the bomber squadron or whatever brigade of the British Air Force. You know what he said? When Hitler was bombing London, bombing everywhere, bombing Exeter, bombing Norwich, bombing Cambridge, everywhere, nobody said anything around the world. When he assumed command of the Royal Air Force, he said about bombing Germany. I remember his quote. He said that Hitler sowed the wind, now they will reap the whirlwind. You know what a whirlwind is? No, there is wind, breeze, breeze. Then there is whirlwind. IKECUKWU, the real one. They sowed the wind, now they reap the whirlwind. All of you in the army and police killing people over the years, you're all going to die, all of you. No, only all of you are going to die. It's only a matter of time. You are all going to perish, all of you. People want to be politically correct. Oh, don't say this. Oh, don't say that. But you are there. Hope Uzodinma is arresting pregnant women, putting them in detention. Whereas his Fulani counterparts are celebrating with their bandits, with AK-47. I want you to put what I'm saying into context. Put it into context, please. Have you ever heard any Fulani governor in the north, in the Sharia north, call for the bombardment of hideout of terrorists or bandits ever before? But in our land, in the land of God itself, in Biafra land, in the bosom of Biafra land, Imo State, somebody who calls himself the administrator of that state is locking up pregnant women. Pregnant women. I want everybody, those of you close to Uzodinma and the Imo State government, go and ask them, do you have 3 pregnant women in custody, in detention, in government house or not? In Imo State right now, go and ask him. 3 pregnant mothers. Now you understand the same hatred that Israel is going through, isn't it? They just hate the children of God for no reason. Just sheer hatred that is there. If you ask them why, they don't know. We have to hate you. Because you are blessed. And IKECUKWU is your God. That is the reason why. DSS are in our place flexing, kidnapping people every day. Whereas their own Fulani terrorists are going about killing innocent citizens without any interference from the government. All of you were there a few days ago. Somebody opened his mouth and said, oh, ISIS killed Shekau. The government the government plan with ISIS. You know, that is the reason why I've not even had, you know, I kept thinking, I kept praying and asking Elohim, did you make a mistake creating these people? A government official is saying that we collaborated with ISIS, the deadliest terror group in the world, in order to defeat Shekau. I mean, come on. I'm sure some of you didn't even notice, did you? Go back to your news, it is there. Go back to your news, it is there. They have Hope Rosadema, Wike, and Omahi have helped their masters from the north to turn our land into a shooting range where they test their new weapons on innocent people in our land. Imo State today, it's just, you can see the scars of battle all over Imo State. They call it show of force. But today in Zamfara, people were kidnapped, no show of force. People are dying in Niger State, no show of force. So people are being slaughtered in Plateau, as I will tell you later on, no show of force. Only in our land that is show of force. What does that tell you about those you are in your one Nigeria with? They hate you with a passion. They hate you with a passion. What the Fulani people are doing, I will tell you now before it happens, is to take over our land by force. What they have done is to say, since you have managed to neutralize Shekau, we now give you the license to march the Atlantic. That was what Buhari planned before he died. I had an issue from the beginning. When he called Shekau and asked Shekau to stop attacking military formations in the north and mosques, Shekau said no. That was all. They went. Remember when they tried to bribe me in detention and I said no, they formed Okudele, reformed the IPOB. That was what they did. ISIS came. Before Buhari died, he was a supporter and promoter of ISIS. And I want to ask the US ambassador, and I want to ask Katrina Lang, that woman, I don't know if it's a girl or a woman, are you not aware that Nigerian government said that they collaborated with ISIS to kill Shekau? Did you not hear that? So you feel that that is not insecurity. Insecurity is happening only in Biafra, nowhere else. That is why we must pray for Eastern Security Network. You know, the Fulanis never banked that they will meet ESN. They never knew that we will come. They never knew. All these years, as I was telling and I'm preaching on live on air, I kept telling you people that are going to come. I never rested. We kept planning every blessed day to defend our land. Nobody can come out and say, oh, I gave them this, or I gave them that. IKECUKWU provided. No politician, no governor, nobody. Today we are the ones that drove away Mietiala from our land. No forest again is being occupied by these people in our land. They are feeling the heat every day now. Don't they know that already? Of course they know. In our land, every blessed day, oh, police station is being punched down. Nobody will ask themselves, what did the police do? So you think that somebody can just wake up and walk into a police station and just burn it down like that because they're mad? You know they're not mad. Ask yourself, the world should ask Nigeria police and Nigeria army, what did you actually do that people will hate you this badly? What did you do to them? Oh, you think I'm talking about Biafra land the East? No, you are mistaken. I want to give you news. It's there, but it will not receive due prominence because it wasn't done by people they hate. You know that collective hatred they have for Biafra, that collective, that animalistic hatred for the Igbo man, for no reason, That is why anytime a police station is destroyed in the East, they amplify, they magnify it. But I want to shock all of you this morning, because there's a news that broke today. Angry youths set police station ablaze in Niger. Angry youths set police station ablaze in Niger. Is it headline for Channels TV? Of course not. Why? Because the people that set the station ablaze, they're not Igbo, or presumed to be Igbo. They are not Biafra. They are not Ibibio. They are not from Akwa Ibom. They are not Efik. They are not from Cross River. So it's not news. No. We want that one that happened in Igbo territory. So we can, because, you know, some of them even hate Igbo without even knowing, even when they begin to express their hatred, they don't even know that they're doing it. Example is here. Protesting youth